Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really plunging into a company that, well, it's always in the headlines, isn't it?
Absolutely. Constantly pushing boundaries.
Exactly. But maybe facing some new realities now. We are, of course, talking about Tesla and its leader, Elon Musk.
Hard to separate the two sometimes.
For sure. And our focus today for this deep dive is what's happening with them right now, here in 2025.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Our mission really is to unpack all these significant developments. Got the innovations, sure, but also these financial headwinds they're sailing into.
And Musk's other ventures, which seem to be growing.
Right. His moves beyond just cars. So the goal is to give you a clear, comprehensive picture of these shifts, help you get up to speed fast on what's really driving things.
Makes sense.
So the big question we're tackling is, how is Tesla actually navigating this pretty pivotal year? And what do Musk's other ventures, his expanding focus, what does that mean for the company?
And for the whole tech landscape, potentially.
It's this fascinating tension, isn't it, between that, like, audacious vision and the real-world pressures.
It really is. You're seeing a company and a leader kind of at an inflection point. So many different threads to pull on here.
Okay, let's unpack this. Where should we start? Maybe with the tech. Always exciting.
Yeah, let's do that. Speaking of groundbreaking moves, there's some pretty exciting tech news, something that could really redefine the in-car experience.
Oh, what's that?
So Elon Musk himself announced it. Grok AI.
From xAI, his AI company.
Exactly. Grok AI is apparently coming to Tesla vehicles, maybe as soon as next week.
Wow, next week. That's fast.
It is. And, this isn't just another voice assistant upgrade. Grok is being developed with this really ambitious goal, understanding the universe, they say.
Okay, lofty goals. But in the car, what does that mean practically?
Well, it promises a much deeper synergy between Tesla and xAI. We're talking about voice-activated AI that could be, profoundly more context-aware.
More than just turn on the wipers.
Way more. Imagine asking, like, given how I drive and my route, when's the best time to supercharge?
Okay, that's different.
And can you reroute me around that traffic jam that hasn't even happened yet, but the data predicts? Things like that.
So really integrated with the car systems and real-time data.
Precisely. It could genuinely redefine what in-car tech is, set a totally new standards for automotive AI.
That does sound like a leap. A potentially transformative user experience, changing what a car is almost.
Could be.
But all this innovation, it costs money. And even Tesla has to face, the financial music.
Sure.
So let's pivot. How are they actually doing? On the balance sheet, I mean. What's the latest picture?
Yeah, the financial picture is, well, it's got two sides to it, a bit dual-natured.
Okay.
On one hand, Q2 2025 production, it looked pretty robust. They produced over 410,000 vehicles, delivered more than 384,000.
Those are big numbers.
They are significant by any standard. But, and here's the other side. Despite that volume, the company's facing a notable decline in actual sales.
Ouch.
And that seems to have contributed to the stock drop. Nearly 40% down since December.
40%. Wow.
And what's really stark, I think, is the profit plunged. 71% in the first quarter.
71%.
Yeah. And vehicle sales actually dropped year over year.
Okay, those figures definitely paint a challenging picture. Why? What do you think is driving that kind of drop, especially if production's still high?
It points towards a maturing EV market, I think. Competition is heating up. Demand isn't just automatically outpacing supply anymore.
Right, more choices for consumers.
Exactly. So to counter this, what are they doing, strategy-wise?
Yeah, what's the plan?
Well, they've gotten pretty aggressive with pricing.
How so?
Offering 0% financing for 60 months on the Model 3, and interestingly, the Cybertruck too.
0% for 5 years? That's aggressive. Is there a catch?
Well, for the Cybertruck, yeah, you have to buy the full self-driving, the supervised features package.
Ah, okay, so bundle the software to get the financing deal.
Seems like it. And this aggressive pricing, it's not just about moving metal, It might signal a bigger shift.
In the whole EV market.
Yeah, like maybe we're moving past the early adopter phase into more cutthroat commodity-like competition.
Where price becomes much more sensitive.
Right. Even market leaders like Tesla seem forced to kind of abandon premium pricing. They're feeling the pressure from new players, often lower-cost ones.
And that supervised tag on FSD, that's important, isn't it?
Crucial. It means it's still level 2 assistance. The driver absolutely has to stay attentive, ready to take over.
Not truly full self-driving yet.
No. And that has big implications, for liability, for what buyers expect. It's often misunderstood.
Definitely signals a tough competitive landscape. And it sounds like the pressure isn't just external from competitors. You mentioned internal pressures too. Something about corporate governance.
Yeah, that was quite something recently.
What happened there sounds serious for a company like Tesla.
It was. They came under considerable pressure. We're talking major shareholders, even state officials,
Why?
for missing the legal deadline to announce their annual shareholder meeting.
They just missed it.
Apparently so. And it wasn't seen as just, a minor administrative slip-up.
No.
No. It led to pretty significant criticism, concerns about transparency or lack thereof, delayed communication, questions about board accountability.
And respecting shareholder rights, I guess?
Exactly. For a company this big, this prominent, missing a legal deadline like that, it does raise questions about, well, their internal processes. Is everything running smoothly behind the scenes?
Have they resolved it?
They have, for now. They announced the meeting will happen in November, but the scrutiny, that remains pretty high.
So what does this really mean for investor confidence? Is this a blip or a sign of maybe bigger issues with oversight? It sounds like they're walking a bit of a tightrope.
It definitely signals a period where corporate oversight is, like, under a microscope. Maintaining investor trust is absolutely crucial right now.
Yeah.
This kind of thing, even if it's fixed, it can erode confidence.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder if the board is effectively managing, the basic administrative stuff alongside all the other huge, ambitious projects.
Right. While they're navigating those corporate waters, what about the actual cars? The software? What's happening for current owners?
Ah, yes, the software updates. The classic double-edged sword, right?
Uh-huh, yeah. Cool new features, but sometimes quirks.
Sometimes quirks. So Tesla recently rolled out version 2025.20.6,
Okay.
latest over-the-air update. It's out to about half the global fleet now, apparently.
What's in it?
Mostly security improvements this time, which is always good. But as you hinted, some users are reporting bugs, things affecting the backup camera, navigation maps acting up.
Usual teething problems with new software.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Just part of Tesla's whole model, right?
Yeah.
Constant innovation, continuous development. But it means owners sometimes feel like beta testers.
Yeah, part of the experience. Okay, so software updates are rolling, some minor bugs. Got it. Now, let's shift to something that's been really hitting the headlines. And it's not cars exactly, it's Elon Musk's new political activities.
Ah, yes. That's definitely a significant shift.
It feels unprecedented almost for a CEO of his stature using his platform quite this way.
It really does.
Yeah.
Beyond cars, beyond space. Musk has been making some very big, very public political moves.
Like the feud with President Trump.
That was very public, yes. And then, maybe even more surprising, he announced he's forming a new political organization.
Right, the America Party.
That's the one. He says the focus is on restoring freedom.
Okay.
And there's a lot of speculation it could, play a real role in tight congressional races next year.
How's it landing with investors?
It's sparking a lot of debate. Some definitely worry his attention might be shifting too far from Tesla's core business.
Understandable concern.
Others might see it differently, maybe as just an extension of his personal brand, which is intertwined with Tesla anyway.
And we should be clear, right? We're just reporting on these developments, the reactions, not taking any political stance ourselves.
Absolutely. Just laying out the facts as reported and how people are reacting to them. It's crucial to remain impartial here.
Okay. But connecting this back, how might these growing political ambitions, especially in today's really polarized climate, how might that affect Tesla, the stock, the brand perception?
That's the multi-billion-dollar question, isn't it?
Seems like it.
It really raises this fundamental issue. Can a public company's value truly decouple from the, increasingly polarized personal brand of its leader?
Especially when that leader seems to be moving into direct political action.
Exactly. This isn't just a CEO tweeting opinions anymore. It's a public figure tied intrinsically to Tesla, actively trying to shape the political landscape.
Which creates a really fascinating, maybe unpredictable dynamic.
For investors,
Yeah.
for the public perception of Tesla.
Yeah.
Unpredictable is a good word. It's definitely something to keep a very, very close eye on.
Which leads us perfectly to, what should we be watching next? What are the key things to look out for as this whole story unfolds?
Okay, few crucial dates and developments, I'd say. First, Tesla's Q2 2025 financial results. They're due July 23rd.
So very soon.
Very soon. That'll give us more insight into performance, how those aggressive pricing strategies are actually working out.
Okay, financials on the 23rd. What else?
The Grok AI rollout.
Yeah.
We need to watch how that actually goes. Does it live up to the hype? Does it genuinely redefine the experience, or does it face hurdles like, past innovations sometimes have?
User adoption and real-world performance. Got it.
And finally, just the ongoing influence of Musk's political stuff. How does that continue to play out for Tesla's stock, for its image? That narrative isn't going away.
Right. Those seem like the key immediate indicators for sure.
Yeah, they'll tell us a lot about where things are heading.
And what a story it continues to be. We've covered quite a bit today. The exciting tech leaps with Grok AI.
The financial pressures, which are clearly very real despite the production numbers.
Those governance issues, the shareholder accountability questions.
And yeah, the CEO's expanding political footprint, which adds a whole other layer.
It's a lot to take in, a company that feels like it's constantly at this crossroads, audacious vision meets stark reality, but really crucial to understand if you want to grasp Tesla right now.
Indeed. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Given this mix, this confluence of innovation, financial strain, and the CEO's really increasing political engagement, what does Tesla's current path, its trajectory, tell us about the future? Not just for them, but for tech companies and their leaders more broadly in this, increasingly interconnected and often really polarized world.